Are you trying to navigate this crazy thing called life? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Unraveling with Rayne. Hey guys, welcome. I'm here with Paulie Rossner. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much. I'm stoked to be a guest here.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got a lot to dive into here, but I'd like to hear how this all came about for you.
Life, breathe the air, see what's behind door number 2.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But
tried them all, huh?
Yeah, I'm always been one for opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we can get into that craziness, but just life in general, and then all the right puzzles and all the right pieces coming together.
Mm-hmm. So has cannabis always been kind of part of your life?
Pretty much, since I was a little guy.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of three boys.
Okay.
The baby of the family. So I think there's a 7-year gap and a 9-year gap between us all. So in the backyard, my brothers were growing pot and plants.
Yeah.
In the 5-gallon pots, and my dad had a garden in the backyard. So maybe this weekend he was working on the tomatoes or the strawberries or whatever, and my brothers would be sneaking and be like, "Hey, we can plant on this side of the garden this weekend." And of course, we got caught a few times, but yeah, as early as I think it was 10, 11 years old at the time.
Really?
And it just kind of followed me throughout life.
Yeah.
Made its way into a few closets.
Yeah.
With some lights, and then shoot all the way to where we are now, and about 3 acres of weed.
Nice. So what was the most impactful things that moved you towards doing this as more of a profession rather than just a hobby?
I mean, in general, it's a business, you know. It's not a closet thing.
Yeah.
So, again, the opportunity. I've had a lot of chances in life through different industries to learn a lot of things and try to go off on my own and maybe start a business. But I've always had that spirit in me to work for myself and, let the sky be my limit.
Yeah.
Not one for rules and regulations when it comes to someone else implementing them, going against my values, and the way I see things.
Sure.
I'm very open-minded, but I think there's an ultimate goal, and that affects everybody. So I want to find myself in an industry, or rather just working for myself, that would let me, or rather be that avenue for me to get there.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome. So even because you've had such a large exposure to this and how it's kind of incorporated itself in now, what would you say that's been like as far as how acceptable it was when you were younger versus how it is now? Because I feel like it's almost, I guess I don't really have a good gauge on how taboo it was then versus now. I
mean, even now, people still want to go somewhere else to smoke a joint or light a bowl.
Yeah.
They don't feel comfortable in public, and I think a lot of that's due to social media and just people being stubborn, ignorance, right? Mainstream, what's accepted, what's not. A lot of influence in the world. So yeah, back in the day, of course, I still hid around the corner. I wasn't as rebellious. I'm just going to walk down the street and try to be the cool guy. I knew I could get in trouble. Yeah. So the difference now, though, is I believe, it's the benefits to cannabis.
Yeah.
Not just recreational, although recreational, I'd rather people be high than drunk.
Sure.
That's a whole nother rabbit hole that we can go down to. We all know the answer, what's better and what's not. But seeing over time, some of the rebellious ones that want to medicate themselves or even their children that, suffer from these diseases, and rather than poking with needles and all the pharmaceuticals and seeing all the side effects, let's try some cannabis, and then seeing the effects in a positive way. Seizures stopping, people living a better life, having a better chance, prolonged life, outliving expectations from doctors that prescribe pharmaceuticals, So that made me want to be more open about it, what I do, not, have to hide like we did back in the day. So the difference in now is I'm smoking. If it's legal in the area, I'm going to smoke. I'm not going to hide it. You want to come to my house, you're going to see a bowl on the counter. I will respect the laws when out in public. You have to.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity that we have. I-502, which is the initiative ruling, for legalization, but we got to follow the rules, and we'll be the stepping stone. And even though I don't agree with it, whatever we got to do to make that forward progress, so that we can all, move forward together.
Yeah.
And reap the rewards.
Yeah, definitely.
But for now, I don't hide it anymore.
Right on. Was that a hard transition for you?
Absolutely not.
No?
I had to hide for before for obvious reasons,
Yeah.
I wanted to stay free.
Yeah.
But now it's legal, so I get to have that freedom. again, one of the reasons why I chose to get into this was for opportunity, business, work for myself, but be free.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's so awesome. So I know that you mentioned younger growing it, and how that was like for you back then when it was like kind of tucked away in the garden. And I'm sure that looked a lot different for you as you progressed in this line of work.
It wasn't until just out of high school when I actually, got into the growing part as far as putting my own lights up and having my own specific garden. When I was younger as my brothers. It was simple outdoor in the backyard in the nice soil that my dad would re-amend and compost and mix every year. We were in Long Island, part of New York, beautiful part.
Yeah.
But it was great for growing weed out there. That's for sure. It's a lot of the vineyards are out there, a lot of agricultural. So it was great. I got to see some bushes grow. But that was more of a spectator back then. It wasn't until after high school when I really got into it myself. Put the lights in and it was a marijuana plant. I loved it. It grew. It smelled good. I knew I could butt it out and smoke it. Like, it was the best thing ever. Way better than Matchbox cars or any other kind of hobby. So for me, I just fell in love. I fell in love with everything about the plant, what it can offer, what it can do, the fact that I could stress it different ways, manipulate it, low stress techniques, things like that. And it's a weed. It's going to grow. Like, you can beat it up and it's going to handle it. But to try different things and having something that was living and that I can do things to it and manipulate and grow into this beautiful, like a bonsai, if you will, right?
Sure.
However I'm feeling, whatever you're into, like, that can come out through your plant. And it feels the energy. I mean, any of us in this cannabis community know we can talk to our plants. We can make them feel our vibe, a happy garden. Happy persons, happy gardens, right?
Yeah, definitely. So how was that process for you, like going from just like kind of growing your own thing to then going to growing large scale?
I mean, let's just say the Kennedys, we're no angels.
Yeah.
We talk about medical. I mean, to me, true medical is your nonprofit.
Yeah.
You're growing because you believe in aiding in the help of someone that needs the cannabis in their life.
Yeah.
You're not trying to make a buck.
Sure.
That's medical, bottom line.
Yeah.
Above and beyond that, there's profit to be made. And again, that's why I say the Kennedys were no angels. We know where they came from.
Yeah.
Prohibition wasn't the best for them. They made more money when they were dealing with Al Capone, hustling booze, and that's what made that family that money. But for us, for me, morally, it's a weed plant. People were happy. People felt better. I had no problem. I wasn't cooking crack at home.
Sure.
So I felt good about helping others, and I made money. It was fun. It was a great life. A lot of us think of the culture where it's love and peace, and we smoke joints and we enjoy everything and talk about our loves. And then there's the other culture, the people that had to hustle the weed, the people that had to grow the trees and get through all the bullshit to get it to those that were consuming, building their own culture. Yeah. I was in both.
Really?
That's the good and the bad. Again, the Kennedys were no angels, right? So, it was a crazy transition, but I enjoyed it, and I did make some money on it as well. Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit more about what you're doing currently.
Currently, so now we're legal. We're legalized.
Right.
We saw back in 2012 when legislation was being written, and, we saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
I was fortunate through life, opening the door 2, 3, 4, 5 to connect with all the people I'm with. My partner's up in Seattle. I consider him my brother. He's just like my brother. It just made sense to us. We have the business mind. I had the passion. I love the plants. I had a background talking about when I said I hate rules and regulations. I worked in casino business for 22 years.
Right.
Learned all about federal compliance, regulations and all that kind of stuff. So it was easy for me to transition to 502. He's been managing Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 companies. He's got an extensive background in business. So together, we applied it all.
Nice.
Even though we're just growing plants, you still have cost of goods, cost of labor, margins, like all these things to make a business succeed. But that's pretty much how we tied them together. And then, it's legalized. So it's fun. It's great. Yeah. Now I can really express how I feel about the plant. I can get on social media. I can be free to talk about it. We can also make money off it and put that into the community as far as like we can hire people. I can employ people legally. That is awesome. Someday we can start paying the benefits and doing all those things. So it's definitely rad. That's for sure. And that's the number one reason that we're getting into this is to be able to have the freedom to do those kind of things.
Sure. Yeah. I know that we talked about this a little bit before we started recording, but like as far as you were really wanting to give back to the communities.
and again, that comes into freedom and owning your own business to become profitable. But giving back to the community, I would love to get involved in things like local boys and girls club. I grew up again the baby with 2 older brothers. Mom and dad weren't really around much, so but they were the bad kids in the neighborhood. They were the crazy ones, always getting in trouble. So I had that tag my whole life. So people didn't want to really be around me much when I grew up, only because of that stigma that they created, being the Rossner boy.
Okay.
So I found myself kicking it a lot at the rec center or the local parks, playing basketball, pickup games, sports, anything, just showing up, kicking rocks. Can I play with you kind of thing? So, and I've been through a lot, and I want to be able to give back in that fashion. So I can relate with a lot of these kids that would hang out at the local recs and shops, and I want to relate with them. I want to help, but also give that opportunity for them to have somewhere to go and relate with people that have been through the same thing.
Yeah, so think about all the different things that you could do as far as, like you just said, employing people, giving back that way, and then giving to charities, and then, all these different ways that you'd be able to contribute.
Exactly. I mean, we can all make money and buy a Ferrari. Not all of us. But we can buy material things, you know. Not everybody can impact another human being in a positive way. Yeah. So don't take that for granted. Yeah. And I realize that I have that gift to network and meet people. I mean, I'm a guest on your show right now, right? It's true. So just don't take advantage of the opportunities you have in life. Don't be afraid to open those doors. Excuse me. We were hitting this this little pipe here earlier there.
Put your water there.
No. Hit another one.
So and that's kind of crazy that you put it in that way, because one thing that I've really been working on in my own journey right now is being present and being like in the moment with things. And I feel like this is something that if used appropriately, it can make that much easier to come by at times when you're really struggling.
Correct. I mean, as far as ease of access, and I think we talked a bit about too what changed or impacts maybe I can see locally, like in the Tri-Cities area, and obviously there's some laws that need to change, but ease of access is one thing for people that need it, for patients and what have you, and maybe they feel more comfortable going to a shop, or at least taking somebody to go in the shop for them, rather than meeting somebody in an alley, or like having to be careful where you're going, or you got home, but also allowing for ease of access for people that are in need. We'll take away from the black market. Yeah. So hopefully maybe they can spread around some shops, and it'll get there. Yeah, so, I'm not really sure what it's going to take, but well, Steve Lee, he's the owner of Green to Go here in town, and, and having him in office is rad, and his mind's in the right place, and he's for the people, and so I have confidence in him. Yeah. It's the first person I believe to be in any kind of like political office, right? That's tied to marijuana. So that I know of. Heck yeah, Steve, good job. Yeah, definitely. I agree. There's something to be said about ease of access, and just there are so many benefits that just go unseen by a lot of people just because of lack of knowledge or lack of communication about what is actually happening, and also huge. And then also lack of access to be able to perform actual studies to give people the data that they need to compare to everything else. So many more to list, and you don't have to go off on a tangent, but I mean, besides those benefits, think of the glass shovel effect. Okay. The stickers that are made, the glass pieces, the Q-tips. I mean, there's so many things tied to just the cannabis plant itself. We call the glass shovel. That again, that just boosts more jobs, more economy. It's business, right? It makes sense, and it's a great industry. We have the steel industry, the oil industry, and several others. But here's the cannabis industry. So that's the cool part, being a part of history, right? Yeah. Being a pioneer, truly are a pioneer. And if, my grandkids could read about that in a book down the road, how cool would that be, right? Right. That would be pretty cool. Those are the things that matter to me, is having the ability, the freedom, to create change in a positive way. And that's the sky for me, which is the limit, right? Yeah. So another reason I chose to get into this industry, because we'll be able to make a difference. And if we do succeed, we will succeed and become bigger. And I continue to network, and we meet the right people. Maybe we get the hemp production, and biofuel, hempcrete to replace concrete, all those kind of things. That would be the ultimate goal. Another rabbit hole, but how cannabis can save the world, right? I mean, there's 50,000 products derivative of this plant. Why are we not? If we can replace plastic with hemp, that's 100% biodegradable. Yeah. WTF are we not doing this? I mean, come on, right?
Well, then we have to look at the mechanics of it, because some people might lose money.
Some people, correct.
Some people will lose money.
We know that jobs aren't going to shut down because people are still going to drink the same amount of water bottles every day.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be changing out the shit they use to make plastic for hemp to make this. You know? So nothing else should really be affected, in theory. If anything, people should make more money, because if the cost of a bottle of water stays at the same price, but yet the cost to produce it with the cost of goods and everything else included decreases, more profits for the big guy. Again, what's the problem?
Well, as long as the same big guy gets into it, then he's fine. But the next guy might not be.
Right?
It's a sad game that's played.
Speaking for myself, solely for myself, you know, there's no denying those types of companies are going to come into the industry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to utilize the next few years, along with my partners and our team, to do what we got to do in the next 2 years or so without federal intervention before the new administration takes in. See how big we can get. But no doubt the big boys are going to come in and want to swoop up companies like the Tyson, Philip Morris, source out the different farms to now work for them, and it's going to happen without a doubt. But we want to do what we can to try to avoid becoming swooped up.
Yeah.
Or be the ones that help out. You know, that would be the goal.
Yeah, that sounds like the ultimate goal for anybody in this line of work.
That's why you see me traveling all the time and you follow me on media. Like, where's Paul? Where's Waldo? Right?
I know, yeah. Like I was saying before we started, I was looking at your social media now. He is all over the place.
Yesterday was, Seattle, Tacoma, then stayed the night. Had to do some customer relations type stuff.
Yeah. And then, all official.
All official, right? That's right. And then shout out to Spokane. I took care of some business out there and then straight here.
Nice.
So 2 days in a row and yeah.
How do you do that?
But that's the entrepreneur life. For me, honestly, I'm running on fumes. 3.5 years up here now. Yeah. Go. A couple weekends here and there to visit with my family.
Yeah.
Just a dedication. It's almost as if we got so deep in. So there's no turning back. And you have to just see it all the way through. But how do I do it? On fumes, passion, will. Yeah. Just the drive, motivation. Yeah. I think I can just go on and on and on, but I think the words that would come out of my mouth would be similar to those that succeed. It's this focus. Yeah. Goal orientated. But I think we all speak the same language there, so sure. You got to do it, man. You got to be out there. If you want to succeed, it ain't gonna happen for you. So you have to get out into the junk. Yeah.
I guess I'm just so inspired by your ability to figure out what it is that you can get that tunnel vision focus of and just go. Because I feel like the more and more I work stuff out, I can feel it just kind of honing in. So it's kind of cool to see that.
I have a team that has to help me do that. My partner is watching right now. Is probably laughing. Paul, tunnel focus.
Here we go.
No, I'm shooting 1,000 arrows in the dark. Yeah. And he's up there trying to just target the ones that are going to pan out here. But no, it's just me. It's just me. Yeah. I'm out there. I'm all over the place because I want to be. And it excites me in a way. I get bored. I get bored, so I have to have new things. I have to have challenge. I have to have stuff going on. If I sit in one place, even now, I'm not nervous. I'd rather be standing up because I drive 16 hours a day.
Yeah, and here I'm here, you're going to sit here and you're going to talk to me.
Just go get her, right? There's people like us. It's just we want to touch everything. We want to be in everything. We want to experience it, and that's pretty much it for me. I don't want to die and be like, I wish I would have. Trying to do it all.
Yeah, well, this will definitely allow that to happen for you.
Hopefully.
It's really cool. Well, you're already doing it.
Yeah,
we
are.
Out there looking at everything, being in all the places.
This is being on the fumes, right? So this is where it's time to energize so I can really sit back and enjoy, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that want to be in that position and be able to experience the things that this industry allows one to experience. But, I need to take a break. Soon. I need to decompress, phone off, no internet. Ooh. So then, maybe I can really enjoy. Yeah. Because, man, 3-4 nights ago, I'm sure it was a really, really good time. But we're on to the next thing. And then business. Yeah. Business doesn't stop.
No. It does not stop.
We'll get into a little bit about how I-502 is to be like, working in, right, trying to survive. But it's a drain. It's a business. It's a startup company. So it involves a lot of time. And, again, no one's going to do it for you. Yeah. Which is why we choose to have myself out there to learn where these bottlenecks are. Yeah. And make the mistakes, small ones, hopefully, and then learn how to pass that on and build on the company. Which I think now we have 15 full-time employees.
Really?
Super rad.
Right on.
here's another tangent.
Oh, okay.
My partner does one-on-ones, with the employees. Just want to see how they're doing as we should. So the one guy was saying, he just bought a car for the first time in his life.
Yeah.
He's worked for multiple farms, multiple other companies. He's been with us for 3 years now, since the beginning.
Yeah.
And just felt really good that we were able to do that.
For sure.
So just had a baby with his wife 6 months ago. He's got a new little place, his apartment. Has always lived with his brother.
Yeah.
Or things like that. And they're young, right? This is how we do it.
Yeah.
But now that he's independent and has all this stuff, and other employees do as well, it just feels good that we were able to do that.
That's
so now
awesome.
we just need to figure out how to make ourselves a paycheck. Even though I'm like this, man, it's a lot of cheese and crackers though. It's about where I'm at.
Yeah. We had somebody on a couple episodes back where they were talking about that. They're like, okay, this is the year. This is the year where we can actually bring home something, I'm just like, oh, yes.
I hear a lot too. Yeah, we want to see it. With us, I think we were in the black like month 18.
Yeah.
But not that anyone's getting their money back. It was just getting reinvested. But we
Sure.
were building things. Started from a small little circle farm. Now we're 3 acres and have fancy equipment and cool packaging, multiple employees, right? It's all good stuff. But yeah, you have to. Every year we've increased, which is huge. We're gauging where we're at. We're not in the same place as we were last year, so it's not gonna. We're not telling ourselves this is the year. This is the year.
Yeah.
We continue to make forward progress. So we know we're doing something right.
Nice.
And as long as we can stay on that track, we're good. We have bigger goals, bigger focuses. We know that you can't boil the ocean in a day, but you sure can start a fire.
Yeah.
So keeping that fire going in hopes that, who knows, something huge can happen, but we're focused.
Yeah. How do you maintain that? Like, how do you figure out what you need to focus on? Because sometimes I feel like projects get so big and so many things get thrown into the mix and so many different, aspects of it are now way different or bigger than you had anticipated.
Well, I cause most of the projects because I'm the one shooting all the dark arrows, arrows in the dark, right? So my partner, the help of our general manager, assistant manager, we have a pretty good team. Yeah. And his wife helps out, and even just friends, just ideas. We chat about stuff. Yeah. And then it just gets harnessed, and then becomes from concept to execution. Yeah. And we make it happen. That's pretty. Give away all my secrets on how we do what we do, right? But networking as well. Yeah. That's why I'm on the road so much. I'm always out there. Yeah. Whatever's happening, what's going on, I'm meeting the right people, the connections, the good vibes, and then just let that take place from there. It's like that book, The Secret, right? You think about it, comes about. So that's how it goes down too. That's awesome. Well, I'm so inspired by you and all that you do, and I am so excited to see somebody so brave enough to be where they want to be and look into helping invest in things that they want to give back to and building the community, and those are all really cool things. Thank you. And so I just want to say thank you for being here and sharing that with us, and just sharing space with me today. You guys are rad. Thanks for having me on, for sure, to converse and talk about things I love to talk about. Yeah. And of course, we'd love to have you back. 100%. I would love to come. Awesome. Love to come back. And then we'll talk about some other fun stuff in this industry, get about the down and dirty. Yeah, right? Definitely. Thanks. But, all fun and games. Again, thank you for allowing me to come on, and cheers. Yeah.
Thank you all so much for listening. If you would like to help support Unraveling with Rayne, go to patreon.com/unravelingwithrayne. When you become a patron, you receive bonus content such as behind-the-scenes footage, along with other special content that you won't be able to find anywhere else. Music for Unraveling with Rayne was provided by Barefoot Randy. Studio space was provided by Moody Logic.